Thank you so much for coming, Virginia. Your name is Virginia, is it not?
Yes, it is.
And is that how you would like to be addressed, as Virginia?
Yes, sure.
So, my friend who you met in the park tells me that you speak fluent French and come from a family of artists. Is that correct?
Yes.
And would you mind if I spoke a bit of French to you now?
Not at all.
Est-ce que vous parlez couramment, juste un peu?
Couramment, je suppose. Mais je ne viens pas dans une famille des artistes exactement. Mon père est diplomate, mon oncle est prévôt et mon frère acteur.
Parfait. Virginia, it is my understanding that you are seeking employment, correct?
Yes.
And I don't know how to say this exactly, but my friend tells me that you may consider work that could be perceived as lower than your station in life.
Absolutely. At this point, I just need to put food on our table.
Well, here is what we have to offer. We just lost our father's last assistant, who we brought here from Europe. I am a painter, and my father is a painter. Do you know his work?
Well, yes.
Well, he hasn't been the same since my mother's death. My father claims to be completely independent, says he doesn't need any help at all. But that's not true. There has never been a time in his life where he hasn't been completely dependent upon a woman.
Bella, help me! I can't do this anymore.
Hush, Papa! We have visitors! Have some manners, please!
Manners? She wants manners, huh? I'll show her some manners.
I know how all of this may seem, but it's not as bad as it sounds. He's actually a lovable person, beloved by many even, and even likable, at least most of the time. He just hasn't created any new work in a year and he is going mad. So he keeps on going over the same painting over and over.
I'm sorry to ask you this, but does he drink?
Drink? Drink? No, that's not the problem for my father. He really doesn't have any vices. I wish he did. He might be less intense.
And when did your mother die?
Just a year ago. It was all very tragic. She was too young to die. The two of them were like, well, do you know his paintings? The woman he floats across the sky with? That was my mother.
Yes.
And he's just been inconsolable since. Which is understandable, of course, for a certain period of time. But after a while, if you don't start getting over things, it's going to kill you and it's going to kill the people around you. And that's where we're all at right now. He needs to get over this rut, and I mean soon.
And you think I could somehow help?
At this point, I think anything could help. Even being a distraction could help. And who knows, you might even end up getting along.
Well, I do have to say I love his work.
We're not alone. Many people do. Do you mind if I introduce you to him? Oh, please excuse me. I hadn't thought about how this must look to a stranger. He must seem like a complete lunatic. And trust me, he is just angry with me. The world. Not you. And his bark is way worse than his bite. He still knows how to behave around strangers. At least I presume so. Plus, you're a beautiful woman.
I don't think I am.
Oh, you are, my dear. And he's a painter, a worshipper of beauty. No, he won't misbehave around you. Not like he does with me.
What, okay.
Leave me alone!
I'm coming in, Papa.
Leave me alone, Ida! Can you see that I'm working?
Papa, I have someone to introduce you to. This is Virginia.
I don't care who it is. I don't wanna meet anyone and I don't want to see you.
I am not going to leave you alone, Papa, and you are going to meet her.
I cannot be disturbed. I'm just getting down to the bottom of this image. I cannot be disturbed. Don't you understand?
You haven't done any new work in a year, and now suddenly you're in the middle of a new painting? Yurunda!
Yurunda? You say Yurunda to me? You go Yurunda yourself. Yurunda. I'll show you Yurunda.
It looks like the same canvas you were working on last week and the week before.
No, it is not. Nevertheless, I cannot be distracted. Send whoever you brought away.
It is your new assistant, Papa. And she is very beautiful.
And
she speaks French.
I don't need a new assistant. I don't want a new assistant. I just want to be... In fact, I demand to be left alone.
Left alone? Ha! Says the man who can't even tie his own shoes on his own. The man who can't wipe his own ass.
You better watch yourself, girl.
What? You'll quit being Marc Chagall? Quit being served? Ha! That is fine, because I am sick of having to take care of you all by myself. I take my job and I quit. Do you understand? Go.
I don't need anybody. I don't need anybody. I don't need anybody.
Hello. Mr. Chagall. I'm Virginia Haggard. I'm ready to get to work whenever, but I'm going now. Your daughter Rita has my number. Bye.
What did I tell you, Papa?
Oh, you think they'll work, huh? Having a beautiful woman? You think they'll work, you devious creature, you mischievous, devious creature? А ну иди отсюда, иди, я тебе покажу, как меня отвлекать. Я тебе покажу, как меня отвлекать. Иди в свою комнату.
Hello, sleepyhead.
Oh, damn, I'm sorry. I
Well,
must have fallen asleep.
no apologies necessary, love.
Oh, I completely forgot. How did it go?
Well, it was fraught.
Fraud?
Mm-hmm.
Did you just say fraud?
Yes, I did. That is the word I chose. I could have possibly chosen the word explosive as well, or even possibly slightly deranged. Mr. Marc Chagall does not appear to be in a good place in his life, and he certainly does not appear to want an assistant.
That's terrible.
Yes, quite disappointing.
So do you think you're out of the running for the job then?
Well, that's fraught too, because his daughter seems to think he's going to want me, but frankly, I'm not sure I have the nervous system for the position.
Really?
Yes! The two of them were screaming at each other like banshees. It was enough to make a sailor blush.
Well, that is too bad. Suppose you'll have to seek another position then.
Get anything written today?
Unfortunately, very little. The gods of creativity were not on my side today.
John, we're heading into perilous waters here. We barely have enough saved for this month's rent. After that,
I know,
we're-
dear, I know.
Well, maybe you should be looking for work as well.
I know, dear. I'm just so close to having this novel done.
Well, even if you get it done, that doesn't guarantee a sale. That's just the beginning of the process, and we need more money now.
I get that. Okay, I'm trying to be deliberate and I'm trying to focus on one thing at a time. When the novel's done, I'll look for a job.
Okay. Okay, well, it's a beautiful afternoon outside. Would you care to come with me and fetch Dean from school?
Okay, let me just get my overcoat.
Hello? Ah, Mr. Girl. Yes. Oh, yes. Well, that's great. When? Okay, tomorrow. Sure. Noon. Your place, very good. See you then.
You got it?
Oh, well, yes, I mean, I don't know, they've asked me back for tomorrow. See if I can take it.
What are you talking about? Of course you can take it. You're a trooper. Just look how you are with me.
I cannot be a trooper for everybody. I don't know if I'm able to handle a second project.
Yes, you can. Let's all go out for dinner to celebrate. What lovely news.
Thank you so much for coming back. After the horrid way he behaved yesterday, I wouldn't have blamed you for never coming back at all.
Oh.
I'm surprised he didn't scare you away.
Oh, I'm not so easily frightened of. I come from a family of strong-willed people. Male words are not that frightening to me. Sticks and stones and all that. Well,
As I mentioned to you yesterday, there is an element of blather in all of this. He himself knows he needs to get back to painting. It is his lifeblood. He's just so used to being coddled, the great Marc Chagall and all, that sometimes I think he needs the drama to get charged up.
Is he here?
Oh, yes.
In the back?
He's always here. He has been for the last year at least.
Shall I try again?
Well, that is a question for you to decide. It all depends how much you can bear.
I'm not afraid. I take it as a challenge.
Go right ahead, my dear. I'll be here in case. Well, you know.
Who is it?
Virginia Haggard?
Oh, you again.
Yes, me again. May I come in?
Why?
I would like to talk with you.
About what?
I don't know. About life?
That's it. A small subject like that, huh? Well, come if you must. Wow. You certainly look like someone who does not take no for an answer. What are you, a masochist?
Why would I be a masochist?
Because you like to suffer?
Oh, do you think you somehow hurt my feelings? I'm sorry, Mr. Chagall, but I'm not that sensitive and I'm not that weak. I'm just here in service to art and creativity, not you. And it is my understanding that you live to create, and it is my understanding that you are clearly miserable not doing so. So, you attacking me, that's essentially you attacking yourself.
Oh, we're dealing with some sort of a lioness here, huh?
I'm not a lioness of any sort. I am merely a woman who appreciates what art does for the world, and as someone who has lived through bombings myself, I'm not afraid of any particular individual, particularly one who is unarmed. So, I would suggest possibly directing your energy in other directions.
You're impressive. You may be impressive, but I'm afraid it's not going to work.
What's not going to work?
Getting me back on track, so to speak, or to start working again, that's not going to work, at least not as quickly and easily as you seem to anticipate.
And why would that be?
Because I'm not a machine, and I'm not so manipulatable. And I hope you are not so manipulatable either.
I don't exactly see how I'm being manipulated.
You may not see how you're being manipulated, but you are, trust me on that one. I bet Le Comité Chagall hired you. Am I right?
I have no idea what that is.
Oh, I have no idea what that is, she says. But maybe that's because you are being manipulated, huh?
Mr. Chagall, let me get one thing straight. I'm a grown woman. I make my own decisions. I'm here to help you. If you do not want to be helped, then there is nothing I can do. But your daughter says that you lost your wife last year, and that you haven't been the same since.
Don't talk
And you haven't-
about this.
And that you haven't done any new work in a year. And that you just sit in here and repaint your old paintings and you're consumed with your own grief.
So I'm not supposed to mourn? I'm not allowed to mourn,
Of
is that
course.
it?
Mourning is fine. Mourning is understandable even. But if you're still in mourning after a year, it somehow becomes a choice. Continue suffering or start to move on.
Move on. Moving on means painting again.
Moving on can mean many things, but as a metaphor, yes, painting. It's my understanding that you live to paint. Where's that gone?
Painting was Bella. There was never painting without Bella. She was my muse, my inspiration, my partner. But you wouldn't understand. Nobody understands.
Yes, you're right. I couldn't possibly understand, that's true. But do you honestly think that Bella would have wanted you to stop painting? To stop the one thing in your life that gives you the most joy and meaning?
Bella died a year ago. She never wanted to come to the US, and she never thought she would survive here. She came to the US to escape persecution, to support her family, mostly to help me, because I was a high-profile target. If it hadn't been for her love of me, she would have stayed in Europe and faced any consequences. All of her, well, our friends were trapped in Vitebsk, trapped by the Nazis and eliminated. She felt responsible for what happened to them. And I felt responsible for what happened to her.
But that's impossible. Illogical. Your wife had to come here. She had to escape the Nazis. What would be the alternative? Stay behind and wait for execution.
Maybe it wasn't logical, but that's how she felt. Just because I'm here, comfortable and warm in this apartment in New York City, doesn't mean I have forgotten. Because I haven't.
But you don't have to forget. You just have to move on. Your work is a gift to the world. Maybe you don't feel like the world has adequately gifted you back, but you must continue. You must show Bella that you can do it on your own.
I really don't know if that's possible.
Well, let's just give it a shot to find out, okay? Because, and I think you'll agree, the kind of life you're living is a bit of purgatory, right? You're not really living and you're not really dead. So it seems that you'd be better off choosing one or the other rather than the place you've been, am I right?
And what if I were to choose the latter?
What? You mean death? Suicide? Well, at least that would be a choice now, wouldn't it? But let's just try living a little bit before we blow the whole thing to smithereens.
And what exactly would that entail?
Well, I think the first thing I would say is that I think you need to stop painting for a while. Stop focusing on what you're not getting done. It seems to be driving you mad.
Stop painting! And what would you suggest I do otherwise?
Go outside. Take a walk.
You mean, like, outdoors?
Yes? Like outside. Under the sun.
You mean in that infernal city?
What's wrong with New York?
But it's every man for himself there. When I look down upon all that chaos down in the streets and those incessant car horns which she hated, this city's a cacophony of noise.
It's not so bad when you're amongst it.
It's probably even worse.
Oh, are you afraid to try?
Afraid? Mark Chagall, afraid? Never.
Well, then the next time I see you, we'll go for a walk. Maybe even to a museum.
Ah, you're very smart woman. Smart, maybe even manipulative. Well, I have to take that up with my daughter when she gets back. Les femmes méchantes.